Hello, and welcome to another Dark Energy support video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the kickstand that comes with the new 18-watt Specter. Just for some clarification here at the beginning of the video, the 15-watt kickstand that came with the original 15-watt Specter will not work with this new 18-watt Specter. So if you've purchased a kickstand for solar panels from Dark Energy in the past, you're going to have to use the new ones that come in the box for the 18-watt Specter, because the 15-watt kickstand is not compatible with the new 18-watt Specter. Alrighty, you can see here that I've got the new 18-watt Specter, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get. So each 18-watt Specter comes with three things in the box. So you get two of these removable, adjustable kickstands. And then obviously you get the Specter solar panel itself. So that's everything that comes in the box, so we'll go ahead and set the box off to the side here. So first and foremost, we want to lay everything out to ensure for the best and easiest assembly of this kickstand. Assembling the kickstand for the first time can be a bit confusing, but after you do it one or two times, you'll realize that it's pretty easy to assemble from there on out. So first, let's get the solar panel unsnapped. So here, there's just two snaps that kind of keeps the solar panel folded in a nice storable manner. So let's go ahead and just unsnap those. And then what we're going to want to do is obviously unfold the solar panel like this. So obviously here are the panels themselves. So obviously this is the side that you want to show towards the sun to get your power. But what we're going to do is we're going to flip that over. So whether you have the charging box on this side or the charging box on that side, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we can orient it this way or, back this way. It really doesn't matter. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put these kickstands in this slot here and this slot here for the best stability when it comes to this kickstand. So you're going to be using this slot, and then this slot and this slot. So once we've got the solar panel kind of arranged like this, now you can do it exactly what you're seeing here in the video, but again, if you've got the solar panel on this side, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to be that slot and this slot, and then obviously that slot there and this slot here. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip mine around back this way. But yeah, so get your panel to look like this, and then the next thing we want to do is get the kickstands themselves in the right position and orientation to easily attach to the back of the Specter solar panel. So what we're going to want to do first and foremost is just unsnap this. Yours may come snapped or unsnapped. Whether they come snapped or unsnapped, it doesn't really matter. But if they do come snapped, we want to be sure that those are unsnapped. Then what we're going to want to do is we want to be sure that these snaps are facing towards you. And we're just going to lay those on those key slots that we pointed out earlier. The slot here and slot there, as well as right up there and right down there. So we'll be sure that those are all unsnapped and positioned on the panel here. So the next thing we want to do is feed these notches through these slits right here. So, and it may be a little bit difficult because of the thickness of the snap itself, but they will fit. It just might take a little bit of finagling, but we want to, and I found that sometimes it helps if you kind of bow the notch a little bit towards you, so it provides a little more gap. And so you can just kind of easily feed that through there. I'll move it over here so we can see it a little better. So yeah, if you just bow that towards you a little bit, it's a little easier to kind of feed that snap through there. And then just go ahead and snap it. Just like so. We'll do it with this one over here. So once again, just kind of bow that, that slit towards you and then feed this through. And then snap it. Okay, so now we've got both of those snapped in their respective areas. And the next thing is we just need to snap these to the bottom. Okay, so now that we have the top part of the kickstand attached to the solar panel, the next part is obviously getting the bottom attached. So what we want to do is, so obviously we've got your top part, then you've got the stand itself, and then you've got this bottom strap. And you'll notice on this bottom strap that there are 3 snaps here kind of at the beginning of the snap, and then here at the very end of the strap, is another snap. So what we want to do is you want to be sure that each one of these snaps, you can see just kind of the black smooth surface, and make sure that the strap is facing that way towards you, and then just kind of loop it around, and then so that you can see the underside of the other snap. And so what we're going to do is I'll move this so that it's easier to see in camera here. And so with all those smooth tops showing, and then with the underside of this snap showing, what we're going to want to do is we're going to lift up the panel a little bit, and we're going to feed this from the underside rather than from the top side. So once again, just kind of bow that slit a little bit for you and feed that snap through. And yeah, just be sure that you can still see the underside of that snap. And then just kind of pull that taut a little bit, and I'll just quickly do it to this other one over here. So once again, make sure that you can see the smooth black top sides of these snaps. And then on the other one, you want to see the underside of that. Then yeah, just lift the solar panel up, bow the slit a little bit so you can feed it through, and it's through. And then just kind of pull it taut a little bit there. So that's the first step. Now let's get on to the second step. Okay, so now for the second step, what we're going to do is we're just going to take this snap right here, the one at the very end of the strap, and we're just going to snap it to the very first snap that's closest to the slit here at the bottom. So we'll just move that out of the way so you're not confused. But yeah, just this first snap right here, and then obviously the snap at the very end of the strap. We're just going to snap those two together. I'll do that here for this one as well. So once again, the snap at the end of the strap, we're going to snap it to the very first snap closest to the slit. Okay. And then what you do is you just take these two things. Now that this is kind of attached, it's kind of hard to screw it up, but what you're going to want to do is you want to just lift this bottom, and there's going to be this little hinge right here. But you're going to want to just lift these bottom parts up, and then just kind of flip your panel up and onto the ground. So as you can see here, snapping that very first snap on the strap is going to provide you a very low angle to the ground. And so this is going to be an angle that's going to be very beneficial if you're closer to the equator, if you're on the lower latitudes. So if you're in like Texas or Arizona or New Mexico or even Mexico or further south, hunting or camping or whatever, this is going to be probably the best angle for you because the solar panel will be getting more direct sunlight with this angle. But I'm going to reorient my camera so that I can show you how to adjust these snaps so that you can get a higher angle for when you're in the higher latitudes, like up in the Yukon or Canada or Alaska or places like that, that you're going to need a higher angle to ensure that you get that direct sunlight for the most efficient charge. So let me reorient my camera and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you can see here that I've got my camera reoriented so that you can see what's going on underneath the Specter. So you can obviously see here kind of how the kickstand is working in correlation with the Specter itself. Then obviously we've got the strap with the snaps, and obviously we've snapped ours at the very first snap, which provides you a very low angle, which works great for, when you're further south, like Texas or Arizona or Mexico. So if you're looking for the best optimal charge when you're heading further south towards the equator, then you're going to want, either the first or the second, depending. So the second one is going to be kind of like if you're in the Midwest, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, kind of in those Midwestern states, kind of in the middle latitudes. But I'm going to kind of show you, I'm going to unsnap this one right here, and I'm going to snap it to the one that's clear up here. So this is obviously going to be the snap that you're going to want to utilize when you're like way up north, like in Canada or Alaska or places like that, where the sun isn't kind of directly above you. It's kind of a little bit further at an angle. So let me go ahead and do that for you. So let me unsnap this one here. These are some pretty hardy snaps. So there we go. Okay, and then so I've unsnapped it, and I'm just going to move it up here. Let me reorient this so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So you can see, obviously, here's the second one. And again, the second one's going to be great for kind of just average hunters in the Midwest or kind of in the middle, like Utah, Northern California, Nevada, places like that where the latitude is kind of in the middle of the country. But we're going to move ours all the way up to here. So we're going up into Canada and Alaska and places like that. So we'll go ahead and snap that one in there. And then we'll go ahead and do that for this one up here. Okay. Move that one up here and snap it into place. And I'll get this reoriented back on the desk so you can kind of see the difference in angles here. And as you can already see, there's a significant difference from the first snap to the last snap. So obviously right here, this is what the last snap on the strap will provide you. So you can see obviously a much higher angle from the ground, providing you a far better charging experience for those higher latitudes. So obviously up in Alaska and Canada and places like that. But I want to thank you again for tuning into this video. This has been a video about how to use the new kickstands that come with the 18-watt Specter. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to help if you've got questions regarding the Specter or any of our other products. And the email to reach out to us at is support@darkenergy.com. And again, I want to thank you for tuning into this video, and we'll catch you at the next one.